Go ahead and stay tuned. Yayoi Kusama, who is currently 91 years old, is a Japanese contemporary artist. Kusama was trained at the Kyoto School of Arts and Crafts. She was inspired by American abstract impressionism, and her iconic polka dots are inspired by an hallucination she experienced while looking at a tablecloth acid trance. Welcome back.
Hey, Miss Priscilla, that was a cool intro you did.
I'm glad you liked it. I did get a bit dizzy though.
Happens to the best of us. Are you guys ready to learn about patterns?
Polka dots?
Now, today we're going to learn about an artist named Yayoi Kusama. And some of her art looks a little bit like this. And today we're going to do some, all right? Are you guys ready? Let's go. Some of the common types of patterns are symmetrical,
Asymmetrical,
spiral,
grid,
centralized,
and radial.
Now, what is pattern, you ask?
It is a principle of design. It is a repetition of a specific visual element, such as shape or form.
Now, there are two types of patterns, natural patterns and man-made patterns. Now, both can be regular, irregular, organic, geometric. Yes, Miss Bricinnia. Also, it can be repeating or random. For our first activity, we are going to do a Kusama pumpkin, okay? So the materials you're gonna need is a black piece of paper, an orange piece of paper, and if you don't have orange, you can use white, and you'll be able to color your pumpkin in with orange marker or crayon, okay? A pair of scissors, make sure you have a parent nearby. A black marker. Now this is a green metallic marker. If you don't have one, you can use a white color pencil or see what works on black paper that's best for you, okay? A pencil and a ruler. Let's get started. All right guys, our first step, we're gonna draw our pumpkin. Now we're gonna find the center of our paper. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to do a straight little line across, down, just like that. And then almost like a heart or big parentheses, we're gonna grab from each end and go round and do the same on the other end. Round. And then we're gonna put a little straight line right underneath, okay? In the inside of our pumpkin, we're gonna follow our outside lines. So I'm gonna do 2 of these, and we're gonna connect it to the bottom. 1, 2. Same on the other side. 1 and 2. All right, now we're gonna go on ahead and connect these lines here, little round, and then we're going to trace in our black marker, okay? All right, so now we have our pumpkin here, and in each section, we are going to do different dot patterns, okay? Now, I'll just show you. Here, I'm gonna do some dots here, big, small, medium. Using your black marker. And then here, I'm gonna do a big circle, and I'm gonna keep them symmetrical, okay? All right, all done. Now we're gonna go on ahead and cut this out. All right, all done. Now, with our black piece of paper, here's where the ruler comes in, okay? We're gonna do some geometric shapes going on, all right? So we're just gonna take our ruler and we're gonna do a line here, just like different triangular shapes and rectangles and sharp cuts like that all over our paper, okay? All right, so I just created my grid here, which are intersecting lines. So now what we're gonna do is glue our pumpkin to the middle of our paper. So you will need glue, okay? So let's go on ahead and do that. All right, guys, all done. Great job. Stay tuned for discussion.
Okay, upper grades 4 through 6. We're also going to do some Kusama Pumpkins, okay? You're gonna need a, I think it's 11 by 14 piece of paper, watercolor palette, pencil, permanent marker, cup of water, okay? Let's begin. All right, guys, you're gonna take your paper and fold it vertically and horizontally. Okay, open it up. Then within each square or rectangle, we're going to draw 4 different pumpkins, okay? Grab your pencil, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to draw 1 pumpkin in 1 box, and then you guys are gonna draw your other 3, but different pumpkins, okay? Be creative with this. So we're gonna start with stem. Gonna curve that line a little bit. Give it a top. Bring it in, okay? From each side, we're going to round it off. Like so. Keeping them the same. And then we're gonna add a little bump there, a little bump there, and then 1 in the middle. And we're gonna add 1 on top, okay? From your stem, you're gonna curve the line the way the pumpkin is going. It's nice and round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want 5 sections on each pumpkin. Okay, you can do small, large, tall, skinny, however you want. All right, guys, we have our pumpkins here. You're gonna take your permanent marker and trace every pumpkin. And then we are going to add different dots in each one, all right? So let's trace first. All right, guys, so now we are going to create our dot pattern. Starting with the middle section first, you're just going to create any type of pattern using dots. Okay? After that, you're going to move to the outer 2, make them the same, symmetrical, and then move on to the outer. Alright guys, now that we have our dots and our pumpkins, we are going to create 4 different backgrounds for each pumpkin. For example, I'm going to put some swirls here using some organic shapes. sure each box is different. Alright, now we're going to grab our watercolor palette and we are going to paint all of our pumpkins orange. Alright guys, here's where we get creative. We're gonna color each background a different color. Alright? And there we have it, upper grade. Awesome, right? Stay tuned for discussion.
Alright, middle school. So we're also going to be making some Kusama pumpkins. The materials that you will need are colored pencils, paper, regular white paper, a pencil, and a ruler. So we're going to go ahead and start by grabbing our piece of paper and our pencil. We're going to try to sketch out 3 pumpkins first towards the center of our paper. So our pumpkins should be overlapping. You could go ahead and do this lightly, just in case you want to fix them or modify them in any way. There's my first pumpkin right here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my other pumpkin. So remember, your pumpkins could be any shape or form. Get creative with them. So after we have our 3 pumpkins, we're going to add 2 more in our background. I'm going to add 1 right here. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not overlapping your first pumpkins. So we started with our 3 pumpkins in the front, and now we're just drawing those 2 in the back. And we're just adding to our picture. The focus is still on our first 3 pumpkins, which are our full body pumpkins. So at this point, you're deciding how you want your pumpkins to look, what shape, what size. Adding your stem. All right, and once you have your pumpkins ready, we're gonna move on to our next step. Okay, so now, for our stems, we're gonna go ahead and go inside our pumpkin, kind of like a star, making small triangles so that we can make a visible stem in the inner portion of our pumpkin. And then we're gonna go ahead and make some carvings, not carvings, but some lines for our pumpkins. So we get those ridges, those lines, where we're gonna be creating our patterns. And then once we have all of our pumpkins ready, we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, so we have our stems and our lines through our pumpkins. And now that we decided how we want them to look and we added detail, we're gonna go ahead and grab our ruler and we're gonna go ahead and place it in the background of our pumpkins. You could go ahead and do it in the center. I want it a bit lower though. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus on my 3 pumpkins on the center of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line, not through my pumpkins. I'm gonna stop where my pumpkins start and go ahead and continue at the other end. So we should have a line just like that, and this will be our ground and this will be our background. After this, we could start coloring. We're gonna grab 2 colored pencils per pumpkin. So I wanna go ahead and color this pumpkin. I'm gonna grab blue and yellow, and I'm gonna go ahead and start coloring it. One color will be our background and the other color will be our detail. So we're gonna be using our polka dot patterns. So I will start drawing polka dots, a pattern with polka dots. And then I will use the blue as my background. So only using 2 colors per pumpkin. Alright guys, so we colored our pumpkins. Now we're moving on to our background and our floor or table. You guys could go ahead and do different patterns, but we're still going to be using 2 colored pencils for the background and 2 colored pencils for our floor. And we're going to be using different patterns. So the pattern that you use for your background is not going to be the same one that we're going to use at the base, at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and start making a pattern. This one does not have to be polka dots. I'm going to be doing something with lines. So for my base, I'm going to go ahead and draw some large circles at the base of my paper. I'm going to go ahead and decrease the size of my circles as I go up. So I'm going to have some medium size and then reach my smaller circle towards the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and shade everything with brown. Alright guys, there you have it. Stay tuned for discussion.
Wasn't that fun, you guys? Did you have fun, Miss Brisenia?
I had a blast.
Nice. So we have a few questions for you guys, all right? The first question is, what is a pattern? Do you guys remember?
Pattern is the principle of design and repetition of a specific visual element such as shape or form.
Alright, our second question is, what did you like about your artwork? Would you change anything?
Well, with my artwork, I loved how all the circles were pretty much the same, so symmetric, and then I liked how it was repetitive, and I really wouldn't change anything.
From my artwork, I think I would probably shade in the colors a bit more, or maybe use markers.
That's actually really pretty.
Thank you. So we know that Yayoi Kusama used a lot of polka dots in her artwork.
What patterns would you guys use? It looks like Miss Nicole used some swirls and triangles. Came out really nice. So remember guys, snap a picture and send it in to map at City of Montclair because we want to see your art, all right? Bye.